they've said that I've like alleged that the police had planted stuff or whatever. It's like, I've never said anything even fucking close to that. But people just, they take two different things, they conflate them together. And this is something I've noticed. Kiwi Farms is a game of telephone. And it's a confirmatory game of telephone.
Did you say petaphone?
Yes, petaphone.
Petaphone, yeah.
It's where someone on Kiwi Farms will
where one pedophile says to another. Yeah.
One pedo says to the next something. They misunderstand something either intentionally or unintentionally. And then that thing gets adopted as what happened. Yeah. And then it becomes this confirmatory circle jerk. And they just keep going back and forth. It's like, and then it becomes their canon. So people, including Josh, who was willing to put in an affidavit that I said police planted stuff in the house. Like, Josh, I never said that.
Dude, he's gotten really retarded. And anything that has to do with you or I guess Vito, I don't know. He's like, his
that's the myopia of poverty.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's myopia.
Something else. He's like reasonable and has a sense of humor about so many things, but then when it comes to us, he's like, yeah, Nick's alleging that the police are planning. Like, man, what you're saying is, first of all, it's not funny at all, but secondly, it's like wildly retarded, and everyone knows everyone can see it's retarded.
Yeah, and I asked him, I'm like, please show me where I said that. I did not. Show me where, and shockingly, it has not been found. Despite all of the best efforts of the world's top men, dude. So when this discovery document dump happened, and it showed all the people who did the Freedom of Information Act requests,
yeah,
buddy of mine just immediately sends me a thing. He's like, guess what? Ran someone through a database. The database is Google, and it comes up with the registered offender thing, and the addresses match. The literal first fucking person is a pedophile. And I laugh. I'm like, of course it's a registered pedophile. And so I'm chuckling. Yeah. And then I look at the request as a volunteer reporter for Kiwi Farms. And I'm like, it could not have happened funnier than that. But it gets funnier because I didn't say anything, obviously. My lawyer filed an opposition to having the pretrial hearings recorded.
Okay.
Because there's a rule that says that they shouldn't be. But that being said, one of the things is to protect to protect minor children who may be involved. And well, sorry, we've got alleged victims who would be minor children, right? That are involved in this case. That could be witnesses. And so my lawyer files the thing and points out, the first person to look into this is a pedophile. And there are children that are presumably protected by the law. Like, that's the whole point.
And Null is lying about them being a pedophile and associated with Kiwi Farms.
Oh, that's the funny part. So I don't say, I find this out a couple days ago. I don't say anything publicly because it's like, well, this is going to get filed. And so it gets filed. What is Null's immediate defense? First, he goes on to Kiwi Farms and he changes the guy's screen name to his real name. So he confirms right there that the guy is actually a Kiwi Farms user.
Yeah. And he's been on there bragging that he's a pedophile the whole fucking time.
Since 2019. Yeah. So for 5 years now, the guy's been an open pedophile on Kiwi Farms. Not only that, Null then goes to my locals and he searches for this guy and he sees that he's a quote unquote member for 2 years. And he's like, no, he's actually a member of Nick's private locals community. And it's like, well, first of all, 2 years ago, that's weird. That's when a bunch of Kiwi Farms people started having masturbatory fits about my locals page. Yeah. Okay, that's funny. And then I check, and of course, he's an unpaid member. He never paid a penny. He wasn't. So on locals, you can go and
like money on child porn, I guess, or maybe he gave it to Null for his weird lawsuit that's not happening.
He's homeless and on disability. A Kiwi story. But no, so the funny fucking thing is he was not actually a member of my locals. He was just you sign up with your email so you can get like updates.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah, you can't chat, you can't comment, you can't do anything members only. But he has over 900 posts on Kiwi Farms. And he's won 25 trophies. He's won trophies for having such a strong like to post ratio.
And he's a known convicted pedophile with 135 counts of pedophiliness of child assault, by the way.
Horrible.
Not a
horrible
he didn't
person.
trip at a playground and his dick popped in someone's ass. Aggravated pedophilia.
And so Null's like, look, he's a member of your community. He's like, nope, not at all, actually.
No, he is a full-fledged member of your community, one of many.
A celebrated one. But here's what's even better. Here's what's even better. It's almost like Kiwi Farm sends this way to see stuff about a person. Like, here's his trophies where he's thought-provoking because he has 500 or more posts with at least a 1-to-1 ratio of likes, well-spoken, over 100 posts with 1-to-1 ratio of likes, received 250 likes, received 100 likes on your post, received 50 likes. His reaction score is positive. 860.
He's a beloved member of the community, man.
Here's what's really good.
He's their Dennis Hastert.
You can see his postings because Null has this great website where you can see the postings and you can go and read about him and read what he wrote about me. And it's all negative. It's all negative. Going as far back as you want to go. You could just find he first started commenting
all this, by the way. Null knew all of this because this is the same guy that was stalking Tim Pool and all this other shit. This is all wildly out in the open and known.
So if you go back to here's the beginning of his chat history. Come on, we'll get there. It's a little Kiwi Farms around a little slow right now.
Is
like
that
the special kid in line for mac and cheese?
For because Hurricane Electric was worried about child pornography.
So he's talking about Alejandra Carabello. That's a tranny lawyer who hates me, by the way. That's funny.
The reason they hate trans people is because they think it's competition for getting at the kids.
So we can go straight to the first post about me, and it's May 24th. So it's the day after my arrest is when he starts posting about me, and then he goes on and makes a couple posts. Here we go. Don't mistake me looking at this from a legal perspective as some kind of misplaced sympathy for Nick or Kayla. They absolutely should not have jeopardized the stability of their children's lives by being druggies. They fucked up. This is fully on them. Over and over and over. It's all negative. So Null's super cope here because Null, I mean, at the end of the day, Null loves
he's a fan of yours. Is that what Null's saying? He's actually a Nick fan.
Did you not see when Null did that?
No.
Oh God, this is great. because it's all just right out.
Whenever it comes to us, he's like, he turns into a fucking retard. No. Yep. He would never say this shit about anybody else. His brain would be working, but he's so bitter and butthurt.
Here we go. Where was it? I'll pull it up. Do you know that Null unironically said to me the other day, without a shred of jokery in it, he said, "It is distasteful to call everybody you dislike a pedophile." Null said that.
No, you should start calling some of the people you like a pedophile.
So here we go. This is Nick Ricada fights a petition. So this is kiwifarms.net. Update. The pedophile that allegedly requested the body cam footage is actually a member of Ricada Law's private community on Locals and has been for almost 2 years. He's not. Actually, he's a member of the public version of Locals. He was a non-paying person.
What's the matter? It's so stupid.
Oh, no, I know. But hold on. Here's the best part. I go check. Here's his community member. Look up. Not a single penny ever paid. $0.
Would you have donated it to Rain if he had given you any money? The child?
No, I would have just kept it. But yeah, so this is the guy. This is the Kiwi Farms map. And again, it's funny because they act like, I mean, this, you mentioned it's in the open. In 2019, he had an Ask Me Anything thread. He's got a verified tag.
Yeah.
They verified that this was the guy saying he was a pedophile. Presumably Null did the verification or one of the mods because it's not something that anybody can just normally do.
It's just unreal the amount of crying about pedophile shit that guy does when he's openly harboring a really egregious pedophile.
His reaction score is positive.
Yeah.
Positive. He's embraced by the community. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's funny though, because the main reason The main reason for bringing all this up is because this is what Null does.
Yeah.
It's exactly what Null does. He does it every fucking time. He tries to guilt by association people. He tries to ham fist other people's perspectives onto someone else. It's like, oh, you talked to this person who's this. Well, they're a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Josh. I guess. Do you hold yourself to your own standards? No, he doesn't. And now, you know what's even more fun is what they've been bringing up lately. They're like, well, Nick Rekieta interviewed a pedophile way back when. Do you remember who it was?
Oh, yeah, that wall-eyed guy, Tito.
Yeah,
Maddox's super fan.
The Maddox supporter. This is exactly what Null does. And he swears that one of the things the other thing he said to me the other day, he was talking and he started speaking using we.
Oh,
We are asking you for this. We are this. And it's like, wait, I thought Kiwi Farms wasn't a monolith. I thought you were just a bunch of individuals. That's what you keep arguing in federal court over and over.
yeah.
That's just a website and you don't act like as a unit or group. And Josh has been saying we a lot lately.
How odd.
Now he's posting on behalf of Kiwi Farms.
Like they're sick and everyone's afraid of them.
I think people are very afraid of them.
They're very afraid of them because they are so sick.
The thing is, I was always a guy who resisted this, like that whole, like, oh, they're just living in their mom's base. Like, I hate that sort of label. Cause like, look, I know a lot of dudes who like live in a shitty apartment or whatever, cause they work, or they drive a truck and they really don't need to be home. And so it's like, you know, I don't care about people's life choices like that. Like, oh, you're single, whatever. But consistently, as I have been exposed, not like the children are, but as I've been exposed to Kiwi Farms users, I find disturbing trends of government assistance, no job, no family, no support network.
Yeah.
And often government housing. And yes, on occasion, a little dash of the pedophilia.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you guys really do make the fucking
hang around pedophiles. That's the thing, you know?
Josh likes to have a board collecting them. Do you remember the 8chan drama with Josh as a moderator over on 8chan?
Only a little bit. Only that everyone was mad at him and he had an explanation for why it wasn't.
The reason that everyone was mad at him was because he moderated like the Chan the slash pedophile board.
Oh, that's
where he's like, look, I took out their ability to share pictures, but I wanted to give them a place to talk and vent their pedophilia or whatever. That was the thing. He was like the moderator.
Did he say them or us?
I don't know. He might have been saying we back then. I'm not sure.
That's bizarre.
But he would always, his defense was, well, they couldn't post pictures, so they couldn't post actual kid porn. And people were like, but dude, you gave us space for a bunch of pedophiles to like just hang out and talk about pedophilia
and meet each other
like kids
and like plan shit.
And do you remember any of the early fucking Null posting that was done? Like really early, where he talked about being into Shota and shit like that. Like that was the only way he could masturbate. That's why it's Broke Dick Farms, right? Was because
I didn't know
he talked about how these were old posts. I'm sure he was being satirical, how his dick didn't work anymore except when he would masturbate to Shota, which if people don't know, Shota is the male version of Lolly. It's an underage boy that's drawn in an anime style. This type of stuff Digibro was talking about.
Why is he talking about that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But those old Null posts, they're really, really, really interesting.
I'm more into his N-word posting when he melts down and says he's the N-word of the world. Did you read that one? Vito had like a really heartfully tearjerker reading of that to some violin music.
Yes, Null the world's
nobody likes him, and he only gets only the worst reprobates and pieces of shit like him, and nobody that anyone respects likes him, and this is just his lot in life.
Koof says, don't forget he broke up with the Dick Show after Riley bullied him on Discord. #free Riley.
Yeah, Null got all upset because Riley and Digibro were making fun of. Oh, right, yeah. Riley said Riley was making fun of him. He was like, "No one wants you here," so he threw a big tantrum and left. And then said me and I was giving orders to Riley and Digibro and Ralph. I was giving them like I don't know what kind of orders, meme orders. And then Riley and Ralph got in a fist fight, and Null was like, "Okay, well."
Remember that these people are this retarded that You pointed this out on Twitter. I think Legal Mindset was reporting that I sent the Kiwi Farms pedophile back in time to set up. Like I sent the pedophile back to request the data, even though like the guy hates me. He's never been positive about stuff. Apparently he's super chatted. Someone said he was a frequent super chatter, and they showed a screenshot of $2 super chat.
There you go. Case closed. Walleye case closed.
But it's like
Legal Mindset's eyes went one arc further that day.
They always do this. It's like, well, there's some conspiracy that must be happening. There's something that you must be doing. It's like, okay, like so
yeah, I'm not a loser. Dick must be telling everyone how to make fun of me. It's not me, Null. I'm not a giant fat loser. It's just Dick's instructing all these people how to make fun of me and hurt me at the same time. That's what's happening.
The other thing with this myopia, where they like live and die on this forum, and so they believe that everybody like is concerned with that. It's like, okay, guys, I had a family services case where the state had taken temporary custody of my children. Now I have a felony case also. These were running parallel. What I did was I found a registered sex offender, got him to sign up to Kiwi Farms 5 years ago, make a bunch of negative posts about me so that I could then get him to request the body cam footage or the search warrant or whatever. I could get him to do that to then prevent Null from having access to the trial streams that he hadn't asked for yet. That's what I was doing. This guy made the request while I was in jail. Like,
but didn't you see Death Note where Light gets arrested and he had this whole plan set up? I've seen that fucking shit, man. That's easy to do. You could easily do that.
The level of guys, I can't do a stream on time. The level of foresight and planning that it would take to organize a registered offender as a gay op while I'm in jail.
No, a G-op, not a gay op.
G-op. Is that Korean for gay op? Like, what is that?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
But it's like the level of foresight and planning involved in that, I have a demonstrated inability to do. But that they're like, he must be trying to own the forum. It's like, I didn't need to. The pedophile was in the building.
letting a pedophile run rampant on your site and get awards and shit from your community, that was what actually did you in, Null. That's what fucked you up on this one. Letting the pedophile on the site and then having mods that would just not ban the pedophile. That, as it turns out, that's what did it.
It's like that I literally laughed when it came up, and someone said
he runs that fucking Twitter like he's a news organization. Oh, this is the Kiwi Farms news Twitter. Like, no, it's just your account. What are you talking about? Like a black news anchor.
So give it an air of legitimacy. No.
Well, we believe that actually, Nick, this is a Knicks fan. You can see here that if you go onto his locals.
And it's like the funniest thing, when I got that message, I was like, by the way, here's the first guy's registered offender, and it said Kiwi Farms. I said, of fucking course.
Of course.
Because reality is funny. Like, it happens that way. Yeah. Guys, here's the hard thing.
It's like, who did Kyle Rittenhouse shoot? Pedophiles. Oh, wow. Huh.
It's not like Kyle had, he didn't have like some perception of like picking out the pedophiles. It's just that there were so many of them.
There's just so many.
It's not a coincidence that the first requester on Kiwi Farms was a registered offender. It just wasn't a coincidence at all.